Have you wished everything is different? Have you ever wondered what could happen if only you were a little bit smarter? Have you ever thought about how happy you could be if you're just slightly richer? Don't be ashamed, we all have. And according to the multiverse theory, all these fantasies are happening somewhere beyond our own universe. Just look at the MCU's What If TV series, for example. Who would have thought that Ultron could conquer universes? Okay, it's kinda all over the place. I know it is easy to get lost when you compare theoretical science to a fictional concept. But hear me out. Although it isn't proven yet, the idea of the multiverse has been the talk of the town lately, especially in the most successful movie franchise in history, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even though it is still in the realm of science fiction, one can't help but wonder, what if there are other universes out there beyond our own? Is it possible to discover them? What would other lives look like if, let's say, the multiverse is real? If the multiverse exists, anything that is possible could happen. Remember how Thanos was defeated after a brutal yet convincing win over the Avengers? According to Doctor Strange, that's only one victory in 14 million different outcomes. Well, that might be a staggering number, but not as overwhelmingly big as infinity. According to a theoretical physicist and string theorist, Brian Greene, if our universe is infinite, every possible event will occur an infinite amount of times in an infinite amount of space. And the only thing that is preventing us to see or experience those other possible outcomes is the speed of light. That means there's a version of you that married your first love, or there's a version of you out there that wasn't able to learn how to read. If the multiverse is true, there's a version of you that wasn't even born at all. In fact, it is also possible that sentient robots took over the universe. What seems impossible to our universe could be just another boring day to our multiversal neighbor. Just like Loki, we could also find different versions of ourselves too.
Hello. Which one of us are you?
If the multiverse is true, you can see variants of you. You could be the president of a one-world government in one universe, or you could be as buff as Steve Rogers in another. Again, anything is possible except for one, and that is for you to exist in one of those universes. When we say you, that means all of the atoms, memories, and consciousness that make you a unique entity. Let me scratch your head for you. According to Ethan Siegel, an astrophysicist, for one universe to form, there are a bajillion number of possibilities that should happen in order for the tiniest particles to interact. And for you to exist in one, 7 octillion atoms that make up your body should come together in the exact combination at the right moment several times. In short, it is almost impossible to have a selfie with an alternate version of yourself. And that's the difference between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and our current theoretical assumptions on the multiverse. In the MCU, you can meet and have a beer with your alternate self given that you have the technological means to jump from one universe to another. If you've watched Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, you can see that variants of Kang interact with each other. In Spider-Man: No Way Home, we saw the most iconic and recognizable Marvel superhero team up with other versions of himself. Actually, our idea of the multiverse is synonymous with the MCU's infinite parallel realities. To simply explain this complicated fictional concept, let's take the genius, billionaire, playboy, and philanthropist himself, Tony Stark.
Take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
There are an infinite number of Tony Starks out there. Let's say in this reality, he's already dead. In some, he's continuing to fight alongside the Avengers. Somewhere, there's also an evil Tony that poses a great threat to all humanity. It is also possible that there's a Tony that died even before he made his first Iron Man suit. And just to remind you, we only focused on one aspect of Tony, being the Iron Man. In the multiverse, all of the possible outcomes of every decision of every human being is represented. not to mention other probabilities of cosmic events, atomic interactions, and physical configurations that might affect the way we experience and understand the universe. Sounds overwhelmingly interesting, right? But there's no empirical evidence to prove its existence yet. Life. Sure, it is one of the most famous and exciting frontiers of science today. Surely there's a lot of interesting things that might transpire from exploring the concept of the multiverse in the MCU. Like, will we meet another T'Challa from a different universe? Will the X-Men be a part of the multiversal fray? Will Thanos return as an ally from another universe? Who knows? Only time could tell. If the multiverse really exists, it'll pose some really important questions about religion and philosophy. While it may seem impossible to live the perfect life you've always wanted, if the multiverse is true, somehow, somewhere out there, a version of you is living the best life, where everything you want is within arm's reach. For now, as imperfect as it might be, we only have this, and we have to make the best of it. But let's say we can live as many times as we want. Would you live forever? How would we use our many lives? Would it be good for a just and humane society? Keep watching to find out on another episode of Let's Say.